Everyone talking about I Am Trash by Etat Libre d'Orange. This has notes of bitter orange, apple, lemongrass, tangerine, rose, isoe super, wild strawberry, atlas cedar, sandalore, and Akigalawood. So the concept of this is that it's a perfume made entirely from found objects like the fruit peels and wood chips left over from extraction by either like the perfume industry or food industry. So when they're done using those things for other stuff, kind of, I don't want to call it mulch, but like whatever, the ingredients are left over. That did not make me optimistic that this would smell great. One, because the obvious, like that just sounds kind of gross. But also, two, I figured this was probably going to be something like Etat Libre d'Orange makes some really interesting stuff, and some of them smell good, but other them, like Secretion Magnifique, are just so kitschy and clearly just about the kind of shock value or interesting part more than about like, oh, that smells good. So I was kind of thinking that would be this, but this is really massive healing and pleasant. So, like I said, I was expecting something gross, so maybe I'm like extra wowed because it's so not like that, but I really do think that I like this a lot, and it just smells very, very good. It's so fresh, clean, uplifting. Picture like shampoo kind of vibe, like apple shampoo, but not the generic kind like that, but just like that sort of level of like clean and fresh. Perfect amount of like sweetness and greenery from the fruit and florals. It never gets like so thickly floral. It doesn't get like sugary, syrupy, fruity either. Wow, that's good. Yeah, and the rose just completely blends in like a kind of rose, like realistic rose, maybe in the sense of like it doesn't smell powdery. It doesn't smell like, I wouldn't smell this and be like, ew, rose, like a really strong rose scent or anything like that. And I could see, I think some people might think it leans a bit feminine, but to me it's very unisex, and I don't usually tend to enjoy super feminine leaning fragrances to wear myself, but I would wear this in that sense. Yeah, this is my favorite Etat Libre d'Orange scent that I've smelled. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I definitely haven't smelled all of them, but enough that most of them have not blown me away, and certainly none have kind of made the impression that this has, I don't think. Yeah, this is like a massive healing designer scent profile, but like with smoother edges. So it just smells high quality, but also like just has a smell that I think anybody would be like, oh, you smell good if they're around you and you're wearing this. Oh, I just love this kind of clean, fresh, and lightly sweet vibe. Also, it gets more woodsy in the dry down, so that's a nice change of pace. It's definitely not linear. I don't mind when things are linear, but for something like this, I don't want kind of something with that level of sweetness for hours and hours in a row. So it's nice that it gets a little bit more woodsy. It's a bit musky too. Yeah, overall really impressed with this, and it's $149 for 100 ml. I think that's completely reasonable for it being like a niche house, 100 ml size, an interesting concept, and blah blah yada yada, and just maybe above all, it smells really good. So yeah, I'm gonna have to sample this more times as well because this is very, very nice. I will put a link in the description where you can get a bottle or a sample if you want to check it out for yourself.